let's talk about your dark side.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
This video is part of a series which explores the laws of what makes us humans human. You can start at the beginning or right here, the choice is yours. And if you find any value in my words coming out of my mouth, please feel free to tickle that like button. I hear it helps something. That being said, let's jump in. Be honest now. Haven't you at one point or another seen a person on a ledge and just wondered, what if I just give it a little push, a little. Now that's dark. That's evil. That's dark and evil. And it's not what I'm talking about when I'm saying let's explore your dark side. These intrusive thoughts, as they are called, where we might at some point, for a little fraction of a moment, entertain a thought like harming a loved one or kicking a puppy or, I don't know, French kissing your grandmother, are just that. They're just weird, dark thoughts. It's not you. Our brains are amazing. A little bit weird, but amazing. Listen, you seem like a polite kid. Always smiling, always caring about what other people say, especially when there are other people around. But a little birdie told me that after a long hour shift that you had at work, you were cursing your boss. You were calling him a tyrannical prick, right? Making you work as a slave. And you were also calling names that would make a pirate blush. I love it. I like you. You got some fire in you. As I've said before, we like to wear masks. We want to be likable. We socially responsible. But if we have low energy, a long day at work, lots of stress, or we are in pain, or there is an aggressive situation before us, we might say something that we might regret later. It might turn out that we are actually sexist, homophobe, racist, bigot. And that is your dark side. That is controlling you unconsciously because most of the time you're unaware of it, or you try to repress it, ignore it. Swiss psychologist Carl Jung called it the shadow. And everyone has a shadow. How thick or how deep depends on the earlier life experiences that you've had. At times we could appear remarkably selfish. We want to give other people what they deserve, but we want more to ourselves. And that might have become because when we were kids, we did not get enough attention that we craved. Or we might want to seem as incredibly strong and aggressive, especially towards the ones we love, our family members. That was maybe because when we were kids, we were bullied very hard and we were shown how weak we are. And now we want to express that strength that was suppressed. My example is I have, I think, anger management issues sometimes. Especially when I'm confronted with somebody who yells at my face. Something deep and dark and primal burns out of me. I feel no fear and I could go to war at that point forward. When I was a teenager, that mouth of mine got me into a lot of trouble. But I don't know where it came from. As a child, I did like a lot of war movies, horror movies, lots of violence and gore. That's why I even joined the army, but when I was in the army I realized that war and violence sucks. Imagine that. Maybe that aggression comes from the countless horror and war movies I watched as a kid. But I don't think so. So, I don't know. Anyway, right now I am all sunshines and rainbows and teddy bears. I'm a big teddy bear, okay? But I do feel that urge sometimes, and I have to be aware of it. Do you have any dark thoughts or urges that bubble up sometimes when something happens outside? Let me know. The point of why I wanted to make this video is because we have to be aware of our darkest desires, our deepest dreams, and how we really feel about this world. Because then we don't repress these feelings down under when one day they could emerge and really mess our life over. Like if you have a really big problem with skin color, then don't let that hatred collect and bubble out and turn you into, these people. 2, more importantly, we can use this dark energy to express our true self, our authentic self. And people like authenticity. I am aggressive sometimes when provoked, I admit that. I am aware of that. I feel this burning desire of violence and vengeance and wrath. Although, I don't think I will ever act it out physically. I'm a big teddy bear after all. But this energy can be used in creative way. One example maybe is where one day I'll decide to write a book and there is a big war and a battle scene, and I can describe this bloodlust that warriors are feeling before they're heading into the battle and cutting the heads off of the enemy. Just an example. Getting into the thick of it. Yeah. You are only a half human if you keep your dark side buried away. Our shadows represent the true us. Yeah, it can be nasty, but we can turn it around. We can turn that hate into empathy, that disgust into creativity. Harness its power. Embrace the shadows. Thank you for listening. It is a deep topic and I've only given you the glimpse of it. It's a fantastic book, 10 out of 10. I highly suggest you read it and study it. And I'll see you, Curious Cookies, next week.